Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. Welcome to the January 1st, 2023 episode of Strawbunny Slime Streams. I'm your host, Strawbunny Slime, aka Mocha, and today we're going to be getting right back into Oblivion. Normally, I have an introductory spiel prepared for these, but I didn't actually write one this time around, which probably is for the best. I can't think of anything that would directly tie into what we're about to do, so in lieu of that, let's just get straight to the game, or more accurately, straight into loading up the game, because of course it needs time to do that first. I don't know if I could do a backflip. I don't know if that's something I'm able to do. Okay, so I don't know if I can do a front flip either. As a summary, last time we played, we went through the Iliad ruin of Miskarkand, and I can't do a side flip. There's not this kind of parkour in this game. I'm sorry to disappoint, but that's just not an option. Right, we just ran through the ancient Iliad ruin of Miskarkand and picked up a great Welkind stone, and now we're being told we need to help open a gate to Oblivion to get a great sigil stone corresponding to it. And what I didn't realize before turning that quest in was that turning that quest in and getting the next one means I can't do the thing I was actually going to take a bit of a side trip to do. So I may need to reload a previous save. In fact, I'm almost certain I will need to. Let's start by loading this one, the second most recent. And if I still have quest here. Yep, okay. I need to reload this save instead. Right. So this one puts me back here. I've completed the quest about spirits. I've turned in Bruma Gate. I have not turned in Miskarkand. Okay, so here is where we will be picking up, right after taking care of the haunted house, and right before turning in the Great Welkind Stone. Actually, since I have a house now, I may as well go sleep there to level up instead. I say that as if I didn't already have a house, but, you know. This one's closer. Just a quick 3-hour nap, and then we'll be on our way. What did I put them into again? Agility, luck, and strength, right. There we go. That's a very, very bright window for how dark this corner of the house is. Hey, Heather. So I reloaded from a slightly earlier save. The only thing we haven't done at this point is turned in Miskarkand, so I guess it is just painted like that. What line? What line am I saying? Is it going to be something about the the ectoplasm? Or what? That was a weird little hitch there. Okay. I mean, I could say Happy New Year again. Does that count as the line? So, ordinarily, I would be very gung-ho about jumping onto the next leg of the quest chain, the main quest chain, anyway. But we actually should probably go looking for allies for Bruma. So, let me see. There we go. Try to obtain support from the other cities of Cyrodiil, perhaps persuade the Elder Council in the Imperial City. So we have to go to every major city and petition aid for Bruma. Since we're already in Anvil, we may as well start here. I don't actually remember what the aid entails. Dear Princess Celestia. I think if we manage to get a unicorn, at least a Friendship is Magic unicorn, to help out with this, it would be... What the fuck are you doing? Hello?
I'm Newheim, Anvil Harbor Master. I'm responsible for all harbor traffic, docks, duties, and fees in Anvil Harbor.
What does that have to do with my house? Why are you standing outside my house, sir? Also, I don't want to talk to you about any of these things, so...
Goodbye.
Yeah, see ya. Leave any time. His face is fucked. Yeah, just beyond all measure. Well, not all measure. I have seen worse. You can make worse than this. Dude, go. Let me see if I can... My story is this is my house, and you're standing on it, and I need you to go. He's just gonna stand there forever. All right. He's not my problem anymore. He's off my property. He was on my stairs. What am I supposed to do except shove him away? Oh, there's a ruin over there. Focus. Stay focused. Once again, I'll be taking a little bit of time to ease into character here. Halfway tempted to sit on that until I realized I wasn't allowed. Oh, speaking of not allowed, where are the royals? Or I guess, where is the royal?
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to Anvil. If you need a guard, just look around.
I believe I'm speaking to
That's
one.
why things are so peaceful here. Just look around. And there's a town guard. Prevents all sorts of misunderstandings.
I'd hope I've not been muted this whole time. I know you're joking because you're talking about something I had to have been heard saying out loud, but like the single worst episode of this stream I've ever done was the one episode of Hades where I forgot to have my microphone turned on for like 2 hours 45 minutes. So I was just droning on about the game without realizing that nobody was listening to me because like nobody could. And that was the single most... I mean, no lie, I was having a meltdown after that episode when I realized that I had screwed up on that massive a level. Anyway, that's a little personal for what we're trying to do here. I guess, do you have any rumors?
I don't know what to think about the attack on the chapel. Things seem to go from bad to worse, don't they?
The gray fox is unfortunately not a gray fox. Or, more accurately, not a gray fox. Hey, Ace. Happy New Year. We may as well ask about the gray fox anyway. This guy does not want to look at me. Look at his eyes. Just watch his eyes for a bit. I love it. Anyway.
He's that thief that the Imperial Watch are always going on about. He likes to steal from rich folk.
I mean, that doesn't sound so bad to me. What news from Anvil?
We'll be ready if the Daedra decide to attack. Don't worry.
Will you?
Goodbye.
I mean, I kind of want to steal. If I just, like, wait a few hours in rapid succession here. Will that get someone on the throne for me? Because I need to speak with the royalty.
Yes.
I'm just wondering when the royals hold court. That's just a guard. This is just... Oh, that's kind of neat. There's a changing of the guard. There's little details in this game that I can't help. Nope, wait, he's leaving. Nope. Okay, there's no changing of the guard. I'm full of shit, and these guys are just leaving the castle unprotected. It's the little things, you know? Just completely fucking unprotected. Really? Hold on, someone just noticed me, sort of. Oh, there's still a guy out there. Okay. Alright, castle's fine. Never mind. It's just the lower floors that'll be completely swarmed with Daedra. Evening to you too, Orin. Oh, hey, wait a minute. The arrow's moved. Can we go in here? We can go in the dining hall. Hello, Your Majesty. I'd like to interrupt your fine meal.
I am Milona Umbranox, Countess of Anvil. I hope you enjoy your visit. I trust you will give us no cause to regret our hospitality to strangers.
Hospitality is certainly a word for it. I seem to be standing in your dining room. But I have been sent for a rather important mission. Bruma is fearing an attack from the forces of Oblivion. You know about that. And they're wondering if you can send any aid.
I would like to send help to Bruma, but I cannot risk weakening Anvil's defenses with that Oblivion gate open outside the city.
Oh. Is that all? I've closed those before. Give me a bit.
Take care.
Talk is free. What do you want?
So there's this little apocalypse. I don't know if you've heard.
Well met.
Greetings.
Now, I don't remember seeing an Oblivion gate, the one she's referring to. Oh. Well, that was like a fucking Oblivion gate, don't it? Gee, which one is the one outside Anvil exactly? It's hard to tell. It might be the one up there on fucking Death Mountain. Where did it go? Where the fuck did it go? What the fuck is happening? That wasn't there until I turned around. I don't even have anything funny to say. It's just playing hide and seek with me now. Also, this isn't where the arrow is pointing us, so this one's optional. I'll mark it on the map at least. What the? Can we please have 3 seconds of this stream where there's nothing going on that makes me go, what the fuck is that? There's just a guy. What the hell are you doing? Alright, well, anyway. Huh? Please, just like 3 seconds where I can chill. What is going on? Why are there fireballs? Who's fighting? Like, that's pretty clearly a fire atronach, but what is the fire atronach doing? Hello? There's 3 of them. Why are there 3 of them? Where are they going? There's 4? I just spat all over my microphone. Pretty cool. Like, what is going on here? Who are you chasing? Who are we chasing? I'm part of this now. I don't think they're chasing a rabbit. It looked like whatever they were pursuing. That? What the? That's a hunger. Oh, they're chasing this guy. Okay. Well, I think he just died. I'm pretty sure he died. Do the flame astronauts know they're on fire? I should hope they do. Because that's kind of their thing. 1, 2. This guy's fucking dead. I'll take his key, why not? Why were they chasing him that far? What did he do? This is just a random farmstead out in the middle of nowhere. What did they want? I don't know how it is with spaghetti, no. At least not in this case. Please don't miss again. Okay, I hit. Didn't kill, but hit. Pretty good. I'll take it. All right, so let's... I'm not gonna intrude upon... Fight music, okay. Who's itching for a fight? Oh, it's a Clanfear runt. Just embarrassing. Alright, well, I'm not going in this one because it's not part of our quest objective, but I do like having it marked on the map, so let's head to the green arrow on the compass so we can take care of the one they actually want me to clear out. I'm seriously so baffled about what the hell happened there. We had the entire, like, frontline defense force for that gate chasing after one random farmer that wasn't even close to where they were. Where were they going and why were they going there? And now the guy's just dead. I couldn't do anything about that. I mean, I guess I probably could have shot at one or two of them, but I don't think I would have distracted all of them. I didn't even know the hungers were there until they were basically murdering the guy. Lad's heading out to get some munchies. I mean, I guess human flesh counts as munchies to demons? I guess that's how that works. That was an amazing sequence of events, though. Can we please appreciate how many times the game just wanted to throw a curveball at me there? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, so this is definitely the gate they want us to take care of. Oh, it looks like it... Looks like it disrupted and... That's a Storm Atronach. That's a little concerning to me. I'm not really... Those are like higher end creatures than I was expecting. Okay, who's attacking me? I don't know why they started flying, but that's okay. That's fine. Okay. Pretty good, I think. Oh. It's like this gate cropped up in the middle of... Would this have been a shrine or an... I guess it must have been a shrine. This doesn't look like Iliad architecture. Clearly they don't care much about the 9 Divines, huh? Which, like, understandable. Oh, there's a Clanfear. Just hanging out over here. Alright, hold on. May as well... Those hit real hard, even at this level. Level, difficulty, both. How is my gear looking as far as durability? Because it just occurred to me our stuff could break. Our stuff looks like it wants to break. Would that they were friends, but no, Clanfear are usually enemies. I guess I could maybe find a summon spell for one. Let's go get our gear repaired first, and then we'll see about invading hell. Or a hell, I should say. There's a lot of hells. They refer to this one as Oblivion specifically, but this is just the Deadlands. There's like 18 different pockets of Oblivion at least. Eating the hell is not something I could do. I guess if we could get... What is his name? Something I'm drawing a blank. There's... Pelinal Whitestrake. There we go. If we could get Pelinal Whitestrake alive again, maybe he could eat it. Okay. Someone just attempted to jump scare me through that door. As you do. Wait, I have repair hammers. Why don't I start with that? That. Oh, my elven bow. I can't believe I wasn't paying attention to that one. 68, 75, that's good. 69, boosted to 77, 73, 70, 70. Okay. That's better. I'd still like to get it all fully repaired, but that's at least an improvement. So I guess now we just wait outside this shop for a bit. 23 minutes in and we're almost ready to do the one quest we signed up for here. I'm making great time.
Go ahead, please.
I'd like to inquire about some gear repairs.
What we've got here.
Hey, Robin. And I suppose just in case, I may as well get this dagger repaired.
Farewell.
The Oblivion's going well enough. We had a very funny sequence of events where I got, like... Okay, so right now I'm being told I need to tend to an Oblivion gate outside Anvil. And I saw one. I was not muted up until a minute ago. You're being lied to. Anyway, I saw an Oblivion gate up on a hill outside Anvil. I went to investigate, and it just disappeared. Like, completely gone. I keep going toward it. I turn around for a bit to marvel at the scenery, and when I turn back, it's just back. So I have no idea what was going on with that, except that the LOD models were a little bit screwy. Then when I get close to it, right? What are these guys doing? Then when I get close to it, there's 4 Flame Atronachs running after a single target, alongside, it turns out, 2 Hungers. So that's 6 Forces of Oblivion all running from this Oblivion gate, not this one, but the one I was referring to parts unknown. And I decided to follow them, and it turns out they're all chasing after one random farmer that wasn't anywhere near the gate. So that was just a weird sequence of events. And now it's time to go invade hell. Easy enough. Close the gate. Save Anvil. Simple. Why was this one carrying a lockpick? I need to remember the plant life here is hostile. Welcome to the stream. Well, most of it anyway. Bloodgrass seems fine. Let's see if I can get the drop on them. Wherever it is they are. Ah, yes, these devices. Oh. Nothing of particular interest. That is a heavy claymore. 62 weight on that. It is red and spooky. We are in hell. That's true. We're all here together. Well, that one over there is clearly the main tower. I would like to sell the claymore, but I do not have 62 storage, like, inventory capacity on me right now. I do not have nearly enough to carry that. Oh. Hello. Well, that's unfortunate. That's even more unfortunate. I get what you're referencing. I get what you're referencing there, Starry. I like it. Even though I've never actually played New Vegas. Whenever I played, like, Oblivion before, just on my own time, because all my characters were heavy armor wielding or wearing melee users, I could probably have carried that claymore with me. I don't have anything to say about that. That's just gonna be there? That's just gonna be there. Okay. Oblivion's ragdoll physics are very good, as evidenced below. I don't know why it sounds like that. I don't have Get On handy. Let's just not pay attention to what we're looting here, because I really... The Deadlands are horrifying, and I think we all know that already. There's just someone in a cage here. I don't know what it counts for that I'm able to that I'm able to free that person since they're already dead, and freeing them just drops them onto the spikes down there anyway. Yeah, the Cage Master, you know. Because it's the master of the cage, obviously. Doesn't even have anything good on him. Okay, that fall almost killed me. That's fine. I don't know if I would call any part of this romantic. Why the hell is it making that noise? I've never heard the sound effects, like, actually go that wacky. I'm sure there's a better way to describe it, but that... Oh, speaking of wacky, can I? Okay. I'm very happy you got to see that. I'm happy everyone got to see that, really. I'm happy I got to see that. That's blood. Which means I probably ought to not get too close. That seems fine to me. This, a touch less so. Barbed arrows, a Dremora mace, which, again... No, that's not even got good cell loot. Right, because it'd need to be Daedric to be actually worth something. Dremora stuff is like mod-added garbage. It's very heavy and barely does anything. Wait. How much was that? What are we looking at? 12 on that versus 12 on this. Okay, no difference. The mod-added stuff is useless garbage, I say, before giving serious thought to picking up a mod-added bow. I don't need to go into meat. This place is just called Meat Harbor. I'm not sure I want to get close to that. You know what? Actually, I do have a bow. Dremora normally wields stuff you can't even pick up until much later in the game, at which point they wield specifically Daedric gear. Daedric gear is the expensive stuff. And yeah, you can tell these guys are trained in combat. They are experts on the battlefield. The absolutely unbeatable technique of run directly toward the enemy swinging your sword wildly. And pray that it actually connects and also that they don't have a bow. But I mean, who brings a bow to a fight, right? I really feel like I ought to be looting the bodies, but at the same time... Ugh. It's a lot more hassle than it's worth. This place is gross. I don't think I need to say that, really. I think it's transparently obvious from whatever the hell this is that this place is gross. But just in case people weren't entirely sure, not a fan. I think they could use a decorator. It's not a bad strategy, but it clearly doesn't work. I mean, to some extent, I still am nonplussed. I'm not that perturbed by the sight, which I'm sure that's a very normal thing to say, huh? Oh yeah, the hanging, like the upside down hanging bodies in this room just don't do it for me. I'm just not feeling it. I think it probably is just labeled Corpse Smasher, and if it's not, that's a funnier answer than any other, so... You know. May as well just roll with it. It's got Corpse Smasher written on the side. There's a lot of guys I'm just not bothering sneaking toward. Oh, but that guy, that's a Daedroth. That's a fucking Daedroth. Okay. I didn't need to be worried at all. Never mind. Maybe if I was on normal difficulty, that would have been more concerning. Yeah, no, that was just a straight up Daedroth. I was thinking maybe it was a mod added junior Daedroth or something. That would have explained the weakness. But no, he just... One arrow in his heel was all it took, huh? Who'd have thought that was their weak point? Can I hit this? I can't hit this. Especially not if she's going to just stop moving. Booyah! I guess Achilles must have been a Daedroth. Okay, alright, chill out. Chill the fuck out. Why did you... Cool. Cool now. Or not. What exploded? Why did it explode? There. Now we're good. That was a really clean shot, though. I'm proud of that one. I'm actually decent at a bow. I never thought the day would come. Oh, hi. Don't mind me, just gonna wander right into you. I'm sure you appreciate it. Yeah, I'm just gonna over-edit a sniping montage of Oblivion, like, arrow shots. May as well take a bit of an unorthodox route. Saves me the trouble of having to deal with most of these mines. Pretty good. Morrowind flashbacks. That's right. Wasn't there a part where I decided to take a quote-unquote unorthodox route in Morrowind and I got myself stuck? Oh. Okay, that's a hunger. And if it'd be so kind as to stop skulking for a bit so I can hit it. No? I mean, okay, I guess it is a free country. Almost cool. I think the almost cool shot goes into the goes into the sniper montage too. Clonk. That looks so funny. Just that the arrow bounces off them but still does that much damage. Okay, so we've reached a dead end. You know, I've never played one of those games. I don't intend to start at any point in my life, but are they actually that funny? Like, the shot will just ineffectually bounce off of what you're trying to hit, except it still kills it? Nothing in there. I probably already looted it and completely forgot seconds later. And now we have the minefield. Sneaking around to get funny ragdoll kills. I mean, that sounds like a good premise for a game. Hard to go wrong with funny ragdoll kills. I love Minesweeper. Where did that fire astronaut come from? Where'd you come from? You weren't there a minute ago. Shoot the mines with the bow. You know, that would be a much smarter idea than just baiting the... Okay, that's 2 day draws. Again, definitely weren't there before. Nice. Not so nice. They're coming home from the grocery store. What supplies did they pick up? What were they out of? Meat. You know, that makes sense. I was thinking maybe rice checks. Oh, they hunt at the grocery store. Okay. So to get up to the central tower, as I believe I was going to say, we need to go through the tunnel system that I think I saw a door to back this way. Not there. God, the mental image. Okay, clan fear, why not? Full-grown one of that. That tower could not hit me worth shit. My God, I wasn't even where it was aiming yesterday. Pretty good. My marksman skill increased for that one. Oh, right, the blood pool is in front of the scary cave. Thank you. That'll make it much easier to find the door. Can you back off? He didn't even attack me when he got close. He just wanted to get as close as he could. What was up with that? Okay, so that's where I came in. Which means I passed it. How did I pass it? What? Is it set at an angle that I would only notice coming from this side? I'm just bad at things. That's okay. Okay, that's a lot of hungers. Hold on, I'm sure I have a spell for this. It's not chameleon, though. Cold touch? Frost touch. Yeah, I don't really need the spell. This is a bit much. I can just swat them. Pretty cool shading in here, not gonna lie. Made that last one look pretty menacing. Steel helmet. Sucks to be that guy, huh? Okay, that's a Grand Soul Gem. What the hell is that there? Okay. The plants are angry about me being here. I wonder if I ought to use that Detect Life spell. I do have a scroll for that. Trying to root me out. Good. Good pun. These are the ones I already looted. That's the door I came in from. Okay, so it's a pretty straight shot from here down to the lower level. Just marked Oblivion Cave. Why is it just marked Oblivion Cave? Seems a bit weird. There's nothing around. Because if there was, it would tell me I can't wait while there's monsters nearby. Now there's something around. Haha. Didn't exactly get a sneak attack, but it still was a funny little pot shot. He couldn't do anything about. This has got to be mod added, right? Like, this doesn't seem like a natural... This cave is not a natural formation. What defines natural versus artificial within the context of an Oblivion mod, even? Huh? Alright, he saw me. Extra resolution. So none of this is natural, then. Further into Oblivion Cave. Seriously, there's... This probably isn't even the way to go. I think there was a higher route I could have taken that just did not involve this at all. Find another arrow to use, because I just ran out of elven ones. The Dremora Barbed, why not? Wait, something just cast a spell over there. Oh, it's just a fire Atronach. Or flame Atronach, I should say. Hi. Bye. That's a storm Atronach. Okay. That could be a bigger issue. That. And the music just stops. That's the funniest thing about the combat music in this game, I think. There's no fade in or fade out, so the moment you're done with a fight, the music just dies instantly. How many floors down does this cave go? Water breathing, very handy for a place full of lava. Where I came in? I have no way of knowing because it's all marked Oblivion Cave. Let's go down. Well, okay. If I came in through this way, I would have seen that. Oh, that's even truer. I'm an Argonian. I don't need a water-breathing anything. I'm good. I just breathe water normally. I completely forgot about that. I don't know how that skipped my mind. Okay, so obviously I've been here. I left a trail of destruction in my wake. Haven't been through this door. Oh, now we're out. Just hit you. Why did you stop? How did that not count as a sneak attack? Get out of the way. I don't know what the deal is with my character not being able to power attack all of a sudden. I've just been holding the pose every time I try. That's weird. Okay. Well. All right. I am a speed character, but I'm not entirely sure what that has to do with anything in this context. I'd love if I could go like 3 steps without 20 million enemies seeing me. That'd be pretty cool. Can't go into power. Okay. All right. We're doing Sonic jokes. Got it. Yep. Nope. Come one, come all. No, please. I insist. Come closer. Just run through it, right? Okay, that was a pretty cool shot. Knocked him out of the air. I'll take that. I didn't really want the scamp skin. I thought I was looting an arrow. Oh well. Oblivion Cave to the Red Nash Channels. That sounds fine. I love Nash Channels. Huge... Okay, can you guys please just, like, get lost? Eminently. There's so many enemies here, and they're not even placed in any interesting locations. It's just like, oh, right around the corner, here comes 5 more guys to break you out of your stealth. You're playing a stealth character. That's funny. You got a bow? Huh? Neat. Here's someone that can see you from 20 miles away and can't aim worth shit, but just exists to make sure you can't get any sneak attacks in. This is... Oh. Well, this guy clearly does not make my point for me at all. It's just sad. Every single Daedroth I've seen has been facing exactly the wrong way to deal with me. Sneak skill's still going up, so someone's still around. They're just not around there. Ready. Anything shows its face, I'm just going to fire. Your life ends 30 minutes from now. Well, that is a person. That's 2 people, in fact. Now it's 1 person. Pretty solid strategy. Have you considered maybe not just advancing next time? Just like as a tip. A way you can improve. Just a suggestion. Have you considered not running straight at the person who's pointing an arrow at your head? It might help. That goes out to the Wastes of Oblivion. There was a route that took me further down. I want to follow that first. It was back around this way. Yeah, okay. And then here. No? No, I already came from here. Oh, does this just go in a circle? Sweet, it does. Alright. That makes it easier. I'm starting to feel like incursions into the realm of Oblivion are kind of the weak point of this entire game, which is disappointing when the game is named for it, you know? The Elder Scrolls 4, Oblivion. Please, for the love of God, don't go to Oblivion. It's not interesting. There's nothing going on in Oblivion. Like, the game, yes, there's stuff going on in the game. The game rules, but the realm of Oblivion, it's red. Do you like red? We've got red. I used to be just fine with it, but streaming it, it's kind of occurring to me this is by far the weak part of the game. What did that miss? That shouldn't have missed. Okay, now that one should have missed. And it did. Here he comes. There he goes. That was sad. That was just sad. There's a lot of other details in the Elder Scrolls 4 that I really, really like, but this ain't one of them. The worst part, Joey, is that I'm going to do that. That's why I'm here. Yeah, it would have been better if they'd tried to make them all a little more interesting. You're right. Also, welcome to the chat, and thank you for the follow. I do love this game, but I'm starting to see spots at which it has maybe not aged as well as it could have. Or better put, as well as I remembered it aging. It's not quite a fine wine. I still think it's got the strongest quest design out of the 3. Or at least the 3 that I've played. And now we're finally at the tower we actually came in here to shut down, so... Okay, that's an ice atronach. I don't have any arrows equipped. Let's start with that, huh? Good. Good. You're going to be a Storm Astronaut somewhere around here just to complete the trifecta? Or is that the one that I already took care of outside? I think I did actually get to a part where I just speed ran them, yeah. Maybe I'll do that again. Maybe I'll start doing that since, like, the loot is variable quality in here. Sometimes it's good, usually it's not. The best loot I ever remember finding in an Elder Scrolls, like, Oblivion playthrough was just in some random cave at a very high level. On my very first playthrough, there was a ring that gave me +10 to all my attributes. I never took that off. I didn't even need it. I was at a point where I did not need that ring, but I wanted it. On the other hand, playing a stealth character feels like it's... Like, if I were to start speedrunning these things, that would be antithetical, because that would necessitate getting seen by everything en route, right? And the whole point is that I just wouldn't care. I'd just bypass everything. Who was stupid enough to activate the tripwire? You were stupid enough to activate the tripwire. Congratulations. Back up, back up, back up. Thank you. Gold emerald ring, sure, why not? I mean, I talk about how it would be antithetical to playing a stealth character, but I'm not exactly stealthed anyway, am I? I was just complaining about how enemies are positioned in places that make it impossible for me to stay stealthed for any real length of time. So maybe for future Oblivion portals, I'll just go as quick as I can through them, so we're not sitting here spending, you know, an hour slowly climbing up to get the thing we're actually in here for. I've forgotten. For allies for Bruma, Revenants. You know, I've never actually played a Doom game. Aside, well, I have played Doom 1, so. A little bit. I played a little bit of Doom 1. Anyway, what was I saying? What was I saying? I've completely forgot. Right, I was going to ask, are all the allies for Bruma quests just please go close this Oblivion gate? Because if that's the case, then yeah, I'm just going to hightail it through the next 20 million of these. All right, sweet. That makes this much easier. Alright, so from here on out, basically any Oblivion gate we go through for this quest, I'm just going to blitz it, because I don't want to do almost this exact same thing 20 times in a row. That didn't count as a stealth, are you sure? I felt like it should have counted as a stealth hit. Oh well. It does actually run out of content to do. This was before they figured out the whole Radiant Quest concept. So mercifully, there is an end to this game. These guys are just standing. Oh, cool sword with a cool name. Penance of Hatred. Drain strength and drain endurance. No. Not quite. It's a metal as all hell name, though. Credit where it's due. Good for you, Jamora Kinval. Got this whole naming thing on lock. Sudden and inexplicable real-life head-rushing sensation. What just shot at me? Is there... They put one of these fucking towers in here, really? Oh, they put 2 of them in here. Alright, well. Cool strategy. Oh, there's like 20 billion dudes up here. Cool. Beef zone located. That did sound a little bit like Meow Synth, huh? And there's another tower up here. Who keeps placing these? Who's putting these here? Who's the interior decorator working for Mehrunes Dagon saying, this tower looks great and all. We've got 30 million dudes standing on the upper level waiting for anyone to show up so they can get jumped. But you know what would really complete the look? You know what would really sell the whole thing? Is this one rinky-dink little fireball tower just sitting in the center of the room. Now that's aesthetic value. And yeah, no, you place this here, the fucking property value is going to go through the roof. Mark my words. Alright, well. I tried to stealth, and that was my mistake. Oh, I'm going to be over encumbered if I take the stone, aren't I? Let's put that scamp skin back that I didn't mean to take earlier. Where is it? It's going to be in the potion ingredients section, dummy. Not the miscellaneous bit. Oh, Clanfear Claws. No, I'm keeping those because those are more valuable. I can leave a couple of Daedra hearts, though. Or one, at least. I'll leave one. And then the scamp skin. You know what's funny? Originally, I was going to have this character making potions. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha, that's worked out very well for me, hasn't it? I know what I'll do to spice things up. I'll play a stealth bow user wearing light armor and using potions. Or... sword. The thing about the sword, right, is it's a really hard to beat strategy. There's not really... 8% frost shield gives me 900 gold for selling that? Yeah, I'll sell that. Thank you. There's not really a lot they can do about sword in this game. They haven't really invented backing away from the sword yet. They haven't figured that part out. They know you're a thing to hit. And they know you've got a weapon. And past that, it's all a mystery. Anyway, that's another Oblivion gate closed. I'm glad I was in character for so much of that. Close the Oblivion gate. Should speak to the Countess about sending aid to Bruma. Oh, I should be reading this in character. Right. That's the Oblivion gate outside of Anvil taken care of. Now to talk to the Countess about helping Bruma. You know, it really doesn't look a whole lot better. This fog is entirely too thick. Where exactly is Anvil from here? Almost due east. All right. Good. My sense of direction hasn't quite failed me today. Although certainly, it and Oblivion have conspired to try. I'm sorry, these two horses standing here, just like doing the exact same animations at the exact same time. I've never watched The Shining. But like, the twins at the end of the... What the fuck happened here? Someone's just... Orsinium Scout is just dead on the steps to Anvil. What happened while I was gone? The twins at the end of the hall in The Shining, I was going to say. There's a lot of moments in today's session that have just boiled down to me gawking at a thing, huh? Like, granted, there's a lot of stuff to gawk at, but it's been a very interesting, slightly more than an hour so far of me just stopping dead in my tracks and going, what the fuck is that? And then continuing like I didn't see anything. There's still that one up there. You know, now that the topic of speed running the towers, or, well, not just the towers, but the gates in general, has been breached, I, like, really want to do that. Like, let's take a detour. And everyone in the chat immediately rolls their eyes in unison. And go clear out that tower, too, right? Gate. Gate and tower. Tower and gate. Both of them at once. Technically, I can't clear one without clearing the other. That's how this game works. Poison for Cusco. Yeah, I know. When have you ever heard of me going on a detour in these things? I'm always directly where I need to go. Hang on, I know a shortcut. Christ, that's right. Please never let me live that one down. That was the funniest bit of the whole Morrowind playthrough. Shortcut that kills your escort. Alright, Oblivion time. Let's go. That's a dead horse. Okay, so we've got to go through the cave. That, why not? It is a potion of healing, so that's actually really useful for me. Down here. Get hit by the Harada root, that's fine. I don't want to pass up any loot is the difficult part. That's okay, that's another Harada root. Just waiting to hit my face, that one. Pretty funny prank. I don't want to pass up loot, but I also don't want to stop to kill every single thing along the way. Oh, okay. Have fun with D&D. Hey, guys. No, don't mind me. What did you just say? Did I hear you say something about blood sack? Are the Dremora alright? Do they need help? Okay, now we're across to the tower, which is good. This is exactly where I wanted to be. Another one of these. Very funny. Just unequip my sword. Right? Why not, right? Why the hell not? Keeps things interesting. Badly damaged Corpse Smasher. That's unfortunate. I mean... what? Okay, why the fuck would that be unfortunate, actually? That seems like it'd be a good thing because this place is bad. I don't want their Corpse Smashers to be working as intended. Shouldn't really be pitying them for their broken Corpse Smashers. Don't feel like that's in anyone's best interests. I've been wrong. I'm not an expert, but somehow I feel like having the Corpse Smashers be broken is a good thing. Okay, are these gate controls? Cage Master, gate control. There we go. May as well open this. What if I need to borrow it to mash a corpse? That's a good question, I think. Out of my way, please. I don't have time for you. I'm speed running. There's the gate. Here it's opening. Here that one's opening. I could just go straight for the central gate if I wanted. But let's take another detour. Folks, it's time for a detour inside a detour. I can't be stopped. They beg, they plead, they scream. But I don't listen. Where does down go for me? Where does this get me? Back outside for another detour. We've reached the third layer of detour hell. I'm having fun speedrunning this. It's funny. Whoa. The falls are doing more damage than any of the enemies. Okay, the Corpse Smasher here is also badly damaged. So that's the end of detour number 3, which means I'm going to go back to detour number 2 and take care of that. And once we're done with that, we'll go back to detour number 1. Okay, this one's not a shortcut. I don't have any excuse for this one. The game just tried... just tried to spawn a... Okay, and down I go. That was a little bit rude. Tried to spawn a fire Atronach in the middle of the air next to where I was. Did not work out, obviously. Come on. Yeah, I see you up there. Okay. Funny guy. Funnier guy. Whole room full of funny guys. I think it's this way. I think it's this way. Yep. Into the tower. Immediately detected. Okay. All right. All right. This could be bad. I'm not risking dying here. I haven't saved at all. I'm just gonna pop a strong potion of healing and be on my way. Thank you. Goodbye. Hi, guys. Enjoying the fountain? Please stop unequipping your scimitar. You've got, like, enemies to actually hit, possibly, in case someone gets 2 in your way to just bypass them. Guy called me a churl, which, I mean, that's very funny, but also that means you're being outrun by a churl, so congratulations. Keep on moving. Almost out. And we've only got every single person in this entire plane of Oblivion following after us. Okay, someone has actually caught up to me relatively easily there. What's in here? Lesser Soul Gem, Flawed Ruby, Gold. Let's leave something behind because if we take this... Okay, again, wrong tab. There we go. Let's leave the other Daedroth Heart. Daedroth? Daedra Heart. Actually, I could be leaving tuna fillets behind. Let's leave those. And then take back the Daedra Heart. Let's just check to make sure these only weigh 1. They only weigh 1. Okay. Grab this. To send a message. Yes, exactly. I almost died. I almost died to that. But I didn't. Well, that was a rather spirited side trip. If I didn't know better, I'd think I was starting to enjoy this. But if the Countess was concerned about 1 Oblivion portal, imagine how she'll feel when she hears I've come back having closed 2. And in record time at that.
How are
Who are you exactly?
Going into that Oblivion gate was an impressive feat of daring do. I salute you.
Thank you. I guess you must be just here to speak on behalf of the Countess when she's not present?
Farewell.
But she is, so...
It's you. Hi.
Hello, yes, it's me, the one that closed the Oblivion Gate. In fact, I closed 2.
You sure gave those damn Daedra what for? It makes us all feel better to have someone like you around.
Right. With that Oblivion Gate closed, I would like to once again ask for aid for Bruma.
I've heard that you've closed the Oblivion Gate outside Anvil. I honor you for your bravery and service to my city. With Anvil safe for the moment, I will send some of my best soldiers to bolster the Bruma garrison.
Much appreciated. Could you tell me anything about that prophet?
He's a blessing on this town, the only one to have made any sense out of the terrible tragedy at the chapel. He preaches every day outside the chapel. Go and listen, you'll see.
Right. Being the Countess and all, do you happen to have anything interesting to say on the nature of the attack?
It's unbelievable. Right in the center of the city, nobody saw anything? Makes you wonder about the competence of the guard, if you ask me.
Perhaps you should look into getting better guards then, but that's just my 2 cents. Or septims. They're called septims here. Anyway, I should go.
Take care.
Excuse me.
Hi there. You wear the shadows well, fellow thief.
Should we be having this conversation right in front of... Whatever. Who are you?
I am the stranger. That is all you need to know. That, and I am no one to be trifled with.
So... You know I'm a thief. You're a member of the Thieves Guild?
I don't have time to gossip about the guild right now.
I suppose not. Fine enough.
Shadow hide you.
Thank you for the follow. Right. I'll just be on my way then. Guards in on it. Seems like the only explanation for why he's just not arresting us on the spot.
It's you. Hi.
You'd think the guards would sound a little happier talking with me on account of the whole just closed a fucking portal to hell thing. And if you think it's bad now, wait until we get to Skyrim.
For the infam. Look well upon this chapel of the Bella. Look at the faces of the dead. This is your future.
Oh, you're right. He's mad about having to go to Bruma. That makes sense. That does actually explain that.
Umaril is returned, as was foretold by the head of Pelennor to the Bull of Kine in those days of old. Cyrodiil. Umaril! Ah, yes! Your children know that name if you do not. A dread castellan of fearful legend. Did you think him a myth? Or dead? Have you not heard the Adabala? Spake Pelennor. Beware, Morehouse. Beware! With the foresight of death, I know now that my foe yet lives. Bitter knowledge to take to my grave. Better that I had died, believing myself the victor. Although cast beyond the doors of night.
It's funny you say that, Heather, because we are kind of dancing around that here.
Be vigilant. I can no longer shield the host of men from Umaril's red.
Pelennor and Morehouse and all that are kind of the Cyrodiil equivalent of Almcivi, at least as far as weirdness is concerned. One of them's a cyborg, for instance.
Days of petty strife and lesser men. Is there no one who would stand for the Nine? Cut 8 wise he was, Pelennor the Blamer, champion of men, and though dispersed, he left us a warning. Heed it.
There is a particular obsession with the Nine in this place. That man especially. They've not exactly served me well. Never have. Not that Nine. Are these captions gonna go away? We're nowhere near the guy. How do we still have these? Hello? I'm just trying to leave. Now are we done? Now we're done. Okay. Where else? Where next? Oh, next would probably be selling stuff. Because I'm almost at capacity. How's that for a next?
Well met.
And the same to you. Tell me, are you at all interested in alchemical reagents?
Can I interest you in some of my wares?
Actually, I was hoping to interest you in some of mine. Some Clanfear claws,
You
perhaps? Maybe a Daedra heart? Some Daedroth teeth?
You got a great deal there.
I'm certain I did. Would you care for some fire salts while I'm at it? And some frost salts? I don't exactly have a use for this troll fat, so... Perhaps this ectoplasm would interest you?
You've made a good bit of gold.
I'd say I have.
Thank you for your patronage.
Certainly.
Goodbye. Hello, guildmate.
Yes? What's happening?
I ran into some goblins in the woods not long ago.
Right. That's Anvil taken care of. Next stop... Well... I haven't checked in on Kvatch recently. I think they still needed my help, didn't they? Chilling to think that whatever destroyed this place is what's going to come out of the Bruma Gate. Not exactly sure how I'm expected to stop that. Pardon me, Captain Matthias.
We've done good work, but this is no time to start patting each other on the back. There's still much to do. We need to get to the castle. That's where Count Goldwine and his men should be. Last I saw, they were trying to fortify the castle from an attack. If the Count is still alive, it's my duty to assist him, even if it means giving up my life. If you're with me, we need to get going.
Then let's get going.
I knew you'd be up to it. Our goal is the castle gate. We should be able to use this door to get out to the plaza in front of the castle gatehouse. You know the drill. Stick close and keep your eyes open. Let's move out!
Mightn't it be better for you to stick close to me? I have a bit of combat experience by now.
This is the part where you fall down and bleed to death!
Coffee with milk. Well?
Damn it! This is no good! The gates are locked, and the only way to open them is from within the gatehouse.
Tell me more, please.
We can't open that gate from out here. The only mechanism for raising it is inside the gatehouse. And the only way to get into the gatehouse now would be through the passage at the North Guardhouse, but that's always kept locked. Hurry and find Barrich Inian. He should be back in the chapel, and should still have the key to the guardhouse. Once you've got it, get to the guardhouse, find the passage, and open that gate. Then we can get inside the castle and secure it.
Seems simple enough. Hardly seems sporting of them. Let's see what we can do about this then.
What's the smell, really? We saw the smoke from the Gold Road while out on patrol. How can we help?
We could use some reinforcements.
We'll be right behind you.
Barrick, isn't it?
I'm just waiting for Captain Matthias to give the order. Finally, a chance to fight back.
He's already given the order, but more to the point, I need a key that's apparently in your possession.
Yes, I have it. Why?
Savlian's orders. I need it to get into the castle.
That's right. They managed to close the castle gates just before we were forced in here. I'm afraid you're in for a tough time, friend. The city's in bad shape, and it will be difficult to make it to the guardhouse by yourself. I'd better go with you. We'll have to go through the chapel undercroft, and then through what's left of the city. If I don't make it, take the key and carry on without me. You'll need to reach the tower at the north wall of the city.
I'll see to it you make it, don't worry. The Undercroft, he said. Not so bad. Actually, I'd go so far as to say it's too straightforward.
I fought mud crabs more fiercely.
Simple enough. Although it seems we've already lost a member of the Legion. Unfortunate to say the least. And we've lost another. This could be trouble. Could be. It almost feels unfair how bad these enemies are at reacting to someone using ranged weapons. Almost. That must be the passageway. Seems to me I've rather effectively cleared out the path to it. Lucky for all involved. Of course, it came at the expense of every member of the Imperial Legion that came by to help. I can think of worse losses. There's a good few guards still on the road. Right, so...
Come on! We've got to keep moving!
Very well. I suppose in this capacity it becomes much easier to keep my promise about keeping the man alive. Bit of a coward, I suppose I might say. Considering he didn't even come out until the coast was already clear, but... I suppose these are trying times for all involved. Can't fault someone for wanting to get away from this with their life. So...
This is it. The entrance to the passage is right here. I'll unlock it for you. Best of luck.
Thank you. Found the tunnel entrance in Kvatch. I need to follow it to the gatehouse so I can raise the gates and let the guards into the castle courtyard. This place is in particularly terrible shape. Although I suppose destruction is very much within the nature of Mehrunes Dagon. Or so I've heard. Do I have any better arrows handy? Not many, but I can make them count. Not too bad.
This area is clear. We've got to get inside and find the Count before it's too late. Move out!
If you're certain. Oblivion's Embrace seems to be written on the handle here. A bit too large for my tastes, but... looks like it would sell for a pretty penny if only I could carry the weight. Ah well. Ow. Feel very much like one of them just shot me without meaning to.
All right, this is it. We'll hold this area. You head to the back of the castle and find the Count. Don't come back here without him.
Very well. I mean, how hard could it possibly be? Their main force was likely stationed up front. By this time, I should only be facing a petty few.
Let's get this show. You'll never take me.
Rather unfortunate the damage done to this place. And that must be the Count. Well, maybe he has a ring on him. This looks important. I suppose he's not going to miss this either. Anything else in here? Nothing of particular value. None of you saw that, right? You're not going to report that to anyone? I mean, maybe it's a bit bold of me to say, considering I'm in the middle of sacking the castle myself, but it seems to me like Kvatch has fallen rather completely. I doubt anyone's going to miss some of these things. See you, Robin. Thank you for tuning in. Snitches get stitches. I don't think Coffee with Milk is in the habit of threatening folks with death if they snitch, but no doubt she'd prefer if they kept quiet about her rummaging here. Empty. Well, now it's empty. Right. Any items of value have been cleaned out. Let's get back to the, Hold, please. No. Nothing in the dining hall. One of the less impressive dining halls I've seen in my time. That I've seen many, but more than one at least. A shame we couldn't return with the Count alive, but we at least have his signet ring. Captain Mattias.
Where is the Count? Why is he not with you?
I'm sorry to report he didn't make it.
We were too late. If only we'd gotten here sooner. This is indeed a dark day for all of us left. But I thank you for risking your own life to help us. Did you find the Count's ring by any chance?
A ring. A ring. Ah! Yes, I suppose I did.
At least this is safe. Thank you. I shall make sure it is protected for the time when a new count is crowned. Here, take this. I have no use for it. I'm tired of fighting. It may serve you well in days to come.
Tired of fighting. That's a touch unfortunate. I was about to ask. You know about the situation in Bruma? Long and short, we're trying to open a great gate at the outskirts of it, and we were hoping maybe you could send whatever aid is available?
I have few enough men to spare, but you have more than earned our help. I will send what aid I can. Bruma must not share the fate of our city.
Thank you.
Good day.
Let's have a look at that cuirass. Not too bad. Actually looks quite nice on me, I think. Well, it's terrible what became of this place, but at least it's been reclaimed for whatever that's worth. And Bruma has a few more friends. Where to next? I suppose the next town up the road might be a good place to start.
I'm here to relieve you. Another day, another septum. How goes it?
Folks around here must be awfully well-to-do. I wonder if there's anyone perhaps inattentive living here. Maybe that's not in my best interest at the minute. Where am I even headed? Ah, further east. That seems to be the way out.
Ah, you came.
Oh.
Are you sure you weren't followed?
Right,
Good.
you.
I thought I could trust you. Nobody else in town. They're all in on it. All watching me. Well, yes, I need you to do something for me. Gold. You like gold, don't you? Lots of gold.
I
Here's
suppose
my
I do
problem.
like gold.
I'm being followed. Watched. Marukote selectives, maybe. Not sure. I'm a threat, you see, to their plans. I know too much.
Do you?
I need you to check out some people for me. The ones who are following me. Watch them. See where they go. Who they report to. Will you help me?
I mean, you are offering some gold, and I could use a little of that. And it doesn't sound to me like you want anyone dead, so... Sure.
Very good. You won't be sorry. I'll pay you well. Did I say that already? Let's start with Bernadette Penniless. Be outside my house at 6 a.m. You'll see her watching me. See where she goes and who she reports to. We'll meet here again tomorrow night. Oh, and never contact me in public. They're watching. They can't know you're helping me.
Tell me about Bernadette Penniless, if you would, please.
Her house is almost directly across the street from mine, southwest of the Great Chapel. Coincidence? I don't think so.
Right. I'll be off.
Remember, Bernadette Penniless, 6 a.m. Don't let her see you watching.
Something's not entirely right in that man's head, I don't think. It's not in my nature to pry, but something tells me that would be more trouble than it's worth, getting involved in all of this. Ah, here's the way to the castle. They're a well-fortified route, I think. Plenty of places to hide in the event of an attack. Lots of natural cover. And a bridge. Only one way in and one way out. Speaking of one way in, rather an illustrious place. And yet, nobody around. All empty. Why would there be nobody here? Well, I'm in no hurry. Come morning, perhaps I'll find an answer. Pardon me.
The Count will not see you now. Not now. Not ever. He sees no one. I'm Mercator Hositis, his steward. I believe that's all you need to know.
Not now, not ever. I'm here to petition the Count for aid for Bruma.
I believe the Count may want to handle this matter personally. Wait here. I will tell the Count you are waiting to see him.
Truly. After what you just said. I suppose I may as well call it a convenience and nothing more or less.
What is it?
And who exactly are you?
I'm Hal Lears, Count Skingrad's steward. The Count does not accept unsolicited visitors, I'm afraid. I apologize for the inconvenience.
Do you, by any chance, happen to know about... I don't know, there's someone in town, a wood elf that seems convinced he's being followed by his neighbors. I think his name was Glarthier?
Some words should be shared only by friends.
Aye. Well, I won't pry then. Do I dare presume this to be the Count of Skingrad himself? A pleasure to make your
I'm
acquaintance.
sorry, we've not met. I'm Janice Hasseldor, Count Skingrad.
Striking eyes you have, sir. I'm here to petition you about aid for Bruma.
While Skingrad is threatened by an Oblivion Gate, I cannot spare any soldiers for Bruma. Whatever you may think of me, I still protect my own. This is my city, and Mehrunes Dagon will not have it while I remain Count of Skingrad.
You'll forgive me for saying it, sir, but that's a touch presumptuous of you, that I would think less of you for it. That seems rather a decent way to react to the situation. I'd be happy to close that gate for you if it troubles you so much, and perhaps then we can talk about aid for Bruma. One more thing, there's a man that's been bothering me the last couple of nights I've been here. He goes by the name of Glarthier. He's a wood elf.
I don't trust you enough to talk about that.
How much trouble is this man, exactly? Ah, well.
Take care.
And you, thank you for your time. Guess I've got another gate to close. That looks like a gate if ever I've seen one.
What?
Yes, that would have to be it. Right. Well, our 2 hours are up, so I'm going to call it here because I don't want to burn myself out just running through gate after gate after gate, even though that's just what I'm going to be doing next time. But thank you all very much for tuning in. I'm not sure when my next stream will be. I don't know if it'll just be in a couple of days. It would be pretty neat if it was, if the mood struck me then too. At the very least, limiting it to just a little over 2 hours is doing a lot, like it's doing a lot more for me than trying to keep it at 3 hours. Like 2 hours seems to be about when I start petering out as far as energy is concerned, so I'm glad I'm learning to stop it here instead. But anyway, I'm overstaying my welcome at this point. Thank you all very much for tuning in. You can see all the relevant information on the screen right now. Used to be I'd have to run through a whole proper outro talking about the archives and Discord and Twitter links and whatnot. But thank you for the words of encouragement. I'm enjoying getting back to Oblivion. I've missed this game. I feel bad that it took me, 9 months between parts 8 and 9. Hopefully we won't have a disruption like that again. But anyway, that's enough for me. Thank you all very much for tuning in, and enjoy the rest of your day. I'm still no good at outros. Oh well. One of these days I'll figure it out, but until then, take care. Yeah, no, I really need to work on my outros. All right, whatever. See y'all.